Get to Jay in Concord. Jay, good morning, man. You're on the roast. What's happening?
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Oh, man, just wait to see what Farhan does before 1 o'clock today.
Yeah, man, I just want to say, as a diehard Giants fan who tunes into every game and pays very close attention to baseball, I'm very disappointed with Farhan and think us fans deserve much better by simply making moves that move the needle one way or another. Look, I'm not going to say just sell the entire farm and go for it all. I'm not saying that, but I'm simply just tired of being treated like the Royals on the national perspective. Like, no offense to the Royals, but like we should be up there with the Dodgers and Yankees of the world. Like, when Farhan lost me all the way when he brought up politics when asked why he couldn't land free agents. Like, come on, that's really your excuse. But to talk about A.J. Pollock, in my opinion, it's kind of a joke. I mean, what exactly is he contributing? Once Haniger comes up, what do we do with Matos? Do we move him back down? Because that means what? Pollock, Haniger, Slater will be taking up a spot. So would there still be a spot for Matos at that point?
That's a good point. That's a good point, Jay. What do you want to see Farhan do here? What do you want to see him make wholesale changes? Do you want to see him go big here at the deadline? Or if they sat back and say, you know what, let the youngsters develop, would you feel good about that?
Yeah, like you brought up earlier, if the plan's to let the young guys develop, then why not sell a guy like Jock or Wood who's getting $20 million a year? I mean, maybe get some young projects or prospects with some upside. I mean, if that's the direction we're trying to go in, like I said, move the needle one way or another.
Right.
Stop always being in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Going for the A.J. Pollocks of the world and thinking he's going to come and save the day. Like, that's where I have an issue. But that's pretty much it.
Jay, good call, man.
Thanks,
I feel your pain, and you made a great point, Jay. If everybody is healthy, you can't bring – Matos is not going back to Sacramento.
No, you can't do that.
You can't go back to Sacramento.
No, you have to go all in on these young guys now,
No,
Bonte.
they have to play.
Yes.
Every single day.
Because then what are you selling me if you're not playing the young guys? Mitch Haniger? Stop.
They give him big money.
Please.
Give him big money, right, Lubman?
Oh, my.
Well, I'll just say to kind of answer Jay's question, what happens when Haniger comes back, the thing about this A.J. Pollock deal is that since they gave up basically nothing, they're not really that attached to him. So my guess is that when everybody comes back, A.J. Pollock will probably hit the road.
Damn.
There you go.
Now, if that doesn't inspire you, I mean, I don't know what will.
Mitch Haniger's not inspiring me.
See, you know, Giants talk is depressing.
I'm getting depressed, and I was excited.
I mean, they have a good series win against the Red Sox. Very exciting series, although they couldn't hit.
3
But
straight
the pitching
games of
holds
extra
up.
innings.
Pitching holds up, and they go out there and lay the dud yesterday after blowing a 2-0 lead. They had control of that baseball game. You're getting to the Rogers brothers, but, Luke Jackson gives up the run. Look, Jacob Judas pitched okay. He pitched fine. Alex Will was okay. But you're bullpenning these games 2 to 3 times a week. I'm not sure you can navigate through 162 playing it like that.
It's not sustainable at all. Which is, again,
not.
you have to. I feel like they need to add some sort of a starter here. As you mentioned yesterday, a guy like a Paul Blackburn, someone that's a 4 or 5, just someone, because you can't be doing platooning with your pitching too. You can't be doing that. Yeah, sure, it works in your everyday lineups here and there, but if you're bullpenning every single day, every third day, like, it's not happening. These guys are too good. These guys are going up against, and I think that's why it's so frustrating too, when you juxtapose it with all these other guys in your own division. And you mentioned it earlier, like the D-backs, they know their top 3 guys. They know their Martes, their Walkers, their Corbin Carrolls. The Dodgers, they got their Freddie Freemans. They got their Mookie Betts. They got their guys locked in place. And what did we see with Farhan Zaidi when he was with Oakland, when he was with the Dodgers? You were able to get these guys coming up and make them parts of the everyday lineup. The Olsons, the Simeons, guys like that. And that's what we were promised when he came over here, right? You're going to have this Moneyball mindset and be able to retain those guys and pay off the Matt Olson types. The A's weren't allowed to do that. They didn't have the financial stability. They have a cheap owner. But you got these guys, supposedly, and we have this high payroll, but not a lot to show for it. And I think that's just what's frustrating.
See, I think Farhan got way too much credit for his Dodgers tenure.
Is that... Yeah.
We just don't even give Andrew Friedman the credit he deserves down in L.A. The guy who built the Tampa Bay Rays. I've been screaming to the high heavens about Andrew Friedman, and Farhan gets all the credit for all this stuff. Farhan's the same guy who benched Cody Bellinger in the World Series. Benched Cody Bellinger in the World Series for the first 2 games because of matchups and analytics. When Cody Bellinger had an all-time season.
Yeah.
All-time season. You benched the guy in the first 2 games of the World Series. So this whole platooning thing, where I just don't know how fans are going to be able to gravitate towards your baseball team when you don't know who's in the lineup every day. You don't know who's going to be playing what in the field. You don't know where guys are going to be batting at. You don't know who's going to be starting on the mound outside of Alex Cobb and Logan Webb. Hell, Alex Wood is now damn near a middle reliever. I mean, it's unbelievable the roles that these players have on the team, and a lot of these guys are not happy about it. So, A.J. Pollock, 1 o'clock's coming, folks. What are the Giants going to do?
And then listen, I get it. People are probably tuning in like, look, guys, you guys are acting like this guy's on fire. You're 2.5 back of the division. I get it. But at a certain point, the cream always rises in baseball. And if you're not going to add anything to this squad, the cream's going to rise for everyone else in the NL. Like, the Dodgers aren't going to stand pat. They've already gotten Lance Lynn. They've gotten Joe Kelly. I expect to bounce back from at least one of those guys, and Joe Kelly's already pitched pretty well for them. The Diamondbacks, they're making moves. Corbin Carroll's that dude. Christian Walker's that dude. Ketel Marte, they got it set. You're going to see Zach Gallen today, Merrill Kelly.
Well, think about who you're competing against the Dodgers. I know Mookie Betts is batting leadoff.
Yes.
I know Freddie Freeman's in the 2-hole. I know Will Smith's in that 3 spot. They got Max Muncy. You got J.D. Martinez.
That was such a good pickup for them. J.D. Martinez was just so sneaky, so cheap, too.
I mean,
what was he making, $10 million for a year?
He was out there for a long time.
He was out there.
DH.
Giants going to have used him?
Yeah, the Giants going to use him. I don't know. So,
would he want to come here? That's another conversation.
Jace Perez believes the Giants will do nothing. They will tiptoe around. They'll tiptoe around why they didn't do anything.
Scared money don't make money.
It don't make money. I'll play this one more time for Giants fans because, as James Perez says, Giants are a nice convo. But let's talk about big boy things here and get back to the Niners. We're going to get back to the Niners.
Don't worry,
We're getting to the Niners in 3 minutes.
Don't worry.
And then the rest of the way, outside of Dave Fleming, it'd be Niner
we got Rob Ninkovich join us at 7:32. Former New England Patriot. Knows a thing or two about playing on Super Bowl teams. He'll have his takes on what's going on with the quarterback situation, too.
All right, let's go. Farhan, last cut here. Evaluating the pitching market. Doesn't want to tax the bullpen, blah, 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 blah.
That was a good impression.
Obviously, there's been some movement. We had I thought, really good weekend of pitching with Stripling and Minaya pitching really well. And again, I don't think we view the opener as like some core philosophy that we're trying to champion. But we've had a lot of success in those games, and a lot of that comes from the ability to feature our bullpen, which has been a strength of the team. So we've got to be careful about the workload with the bullpen. But if there's a way to manage a game where, we get quality out of our starters like we got this weekend, but we can also feature our bullpen, which is really effective, especially when put in good matchups, that's just a good way for us to win games. Obviously, we've been very successful in those games.
It's the little giggles for me, Bonte, when I'm listening to those sound bites, and Sam Lubman actually does a pretty good impression, although it turns into Krusty the Clown most of the time. But he's these little giggles, it's like, okay, I understand. I understand.
Lubman, did we hit our Giants quota today? Did we hit our Giants quota? Look at that. I spent the hour of my day talking about your favorite baseball team.
No, I'm very proud of you, Bonte. Good job. You've earned yourself a couple hours of Niners talk now. Maybe even a Warriors conversation.
Thank you.
Let me tell you, if the Giants do nothing at the deadline, they won't get a mention tomorrow.
Well,
maybe I'm lying.
No,
we have to drag them through the mud when they do nothing. We gotta do that.
No. You know what we do? It's time to praise Trey's land.